What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with another tier list. This time we're doing the naughty or nice game character tier list. I picked 30 video game characters, games I've played. Most of them I've played, some of them I have not played. But just my general decision about what we're gonna be doing for naughty or nice, because we're in the holiday season here. It's all about making lists, checking them twice. So we're gonna pick. I picked 30 of them. Different characters that could be naughty or nice. There's going to be reasons. I'll go into detail about explaining them, like how I feel about it. There's 5 sections I decided to. I could just do naughty or nice, but that's boring. We got nice in the green. We got sort of nice. So they're gonna get their stuff. They're just not gonna. There's room for improvement. The do better one, which is kind of like, I don't want to call them nice, but yeah, they'll at least get one gift. And then the naughty area, that's just, yeah, there is redemption for you, but it's not gonna happen. You get coal. And then the bottom tier, the absolute worst, you get nothing. So let's start with Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. No, we'll get to Tingle in a second. Basically, he's good for the economy. You need him early on in the game to help you get started, but I think actually he does play more of a prominent role on New Horizons, Animal Crossing New Horizons. He actually helps build the island up and gives you a lot of the tools you need. But in a lot of Animal Crossing games, he just kind of rakes you over the coal and like gives you a mortgage, and like you have to pay him back. And I'm not sure how much he's banking off of you. That's the biggest concern. But for the most part, he is nice. I'm gonna put Tom Nook in the nice tier for now. Next, we got Tingle. Tingle, we just finished playing Majora's Mask on the channel, I think a few months ago. No, a little bit longer. Yeah, actually, it was a few months ago. It was just before, or just after Echoes of Wisdom came out. And Tingle's whole thing is that he makes maps in that game, and those maps actually do help you. And in other Zelda games, I'm not sure which iteration of Tingle, this is just Tingle in general, he is somewhat helpful, but also he's kind of just out there. In Majora's Mask, you actually get to meet his dad, and his dad's like, oh, that kid, he just makes maps and wants to be a fairy, and it's... I don't know, I think that kind of knocks him down a little bit from nice. Generally nice, but there's room for improvement. We'll put him in sort of nice. Shadow the Hedgehog, this one's tough. I want to do a few edgelord characters because they do have a bit of a redemption arc, which I'm not crazy about. The redemption arc's not going to be enough to get them on the nice list. But Shadow might be an exception to this rule. I'm trying to remember the games. You got the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, the 3rd movie coming out soon, probably about a little bit before this video is released, or a little bit after. Around this time. He's basically, I think he was created in a lab by Gerald Robotnik, or someone of the Robotnik lineage, and it's like he was basically lied to. That's why he's starts out evil. He does have a gun. There is an instance in Shadow the Hedgehog, the original Shadow the Hedgehog game, where he does try to take over the world because of Maria. That's the girl he was trying to help. But that's because he was lied to about that. Like, there's a lot of misleads in his backstory. So he has all the same powers of Sonic. He eventually does join Sonic's team, sorta. I don't say he's nice. We're gonna put him in do better. Yeah, like, he's not. I don't want to put him in naughty list, but on the naughty list, but he's getting there. Bayonetta. I mean, she kills angels. So that's gonna keep her off the nice list, but sort of nice. This one, I mean, a friend asked me if I could do this, so yeah. We'll get to other Kirby characters in a bit. Okay, Yoshi and Kirby, by the way. So these two are probably going to be on the same area of the list. Yoshi. Yoshi is a good character. He's friends with Mario, helps Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach fights against Bowser, so that puts him on the nice list. The problem is he eats bad guys. Okay? Okay, there's a bit of a, I guess, contradiction almost. Not really contradiction, just, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying he's doing the right thing, but he's eating bad guys. That's like the biggest drawback here. Him and Kirby. I think I would have to put them both. The thing is, they are trying to. It is self-defense, though. They are acting in self-defense, so I think it's justified. Putting them on the nice list. Yoshi and Kirby. Now, Bowser Jr. is a different story. Actually, Bowser's on this list, too, but that's Mario RPG Bowser. It's still gonna be Bowser. We'll get to that. So, Bowser Jr. is basically the son of Bowser. That is canon. But yeah, he's also a bad guy. He's one of the main protagonists, the antagonist in Super Mario Sunshine. He does help you in Bowser's Fury. So he is kind of, yeah, he's a sidekick in Bowser's Fury because he's trying to help his dad after basically he caused it. So that's kind of we'll give that a wash. We'll give the events of Bowser's Fury a wash there because he caused it, but he also helped fix it. So that's a wash. Do better, I think. Naughty, yeah. We gotta have someone on the naughty list, and he's there. Pekarunt from Pokemon. Okay. So I'm trying to remember the backstory of Pekarunt to the best of my ability. So I'm trying to remember Pekarunt's backstory is basically this old couple found Pekarunt. They raised it like a child. But they were elderly, so they always like needed help. And Pekarunt like would always, anything they asked for, Pekarunt would just go out and get them stuff like silk kimono or like a very rare Pekaberry, just whatever. He'd make food for them. He'd make mochi that was unintentional. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not. It was poisonous to the point where they were like brainwashed by it. So this old couple, they just kept asking for more and more stuff. This elderly couple kept asking for more and more things. Eventually, Pekarunt had to like enlist help to like get these things in the loyal three in Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipity. And Pekarunt used its powers, its poison powers, to make Okidogi stronger, to make Monkey Dory smarter, and to make Pheasantipity more attractive, I guess. I don't know. So, Pekarunt's just kind of like, throughout this whole thing, just this Pokemon that wants to help people, but causes them harm unintentionally. So it's a very weird one. And also, the events of Mochi Madness. I have that whole video on that. Basically, people, like everyone in Kitakami, I think it's called, becomes zombies, wanting more mochi and trying to help Pekarunt. But it's like Pekarunt's just trying to like take control of everyone. I think Pekarunt's trying to follow one of the requests of one of the elderly couple that raised it, to the point where it's trying to, I guess, trying to like control people. So that's hard. This one's hard. Yeah, it's like it's Pekarunt's heart's in the right place, but it's doing everything wrong. So we'll do, but it's already trying to do better. I don't think that this one's a really weird gray area. I mean, eventually you do catch it and it becomes a pretty good Pokemon. It is Mystic, I think. Yeah, it's a Mystic Pokemon. I don't know. This one's tough. I mean, it's trying. You know what? It is trying to do better, but you put it in the do better. I don't feel like putting it naughty, and it's definitely not nice. Princess Peach. This one we did play. I think last year we played Princess Peach Showtime. And I'm trying to remember why I put this one on here. There was a reason. Mario movie, the Super Mario movie, she was very nice. I guess the only thing I didn't like about the Super Mario movie was that her face was weird. She had a really weird face in the Super Mario movie. I don't know what it was. I'm just like looking at this face and it's like, okay, the mouth is too small and the eyes are too big. I'm like, they're trying to do something here, but it wasn't. But that's my only complaint about her. She's definitely nice. Princess Zelda, on the other hand, this is Zelda from Ocarina of Time specifically. Good princess, recognized that Ganondorf was a threat very early on in the game. Tried to help, was very helpful to Link in everything he did. But here's the big kicker: she abdicated the throne. She basically, partway through the game in Ocarina of Time, and this game's older than most of my viewers, so I don't feel bad about spoil. There are some spoilers here, so be careful. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. There are some spoilers. Basically, she abdicates the throne. She runs away. She has to run away, but that's kind of a big deal. Like, you can't do that if you're royalty. You can't just up and leave. I mean, basically, she had to, so it's kind of a weird, like that weird little thing. I don't know, something that just kind of like nagged at me. Like, okay, but I mean, she couldn't fight. She was like way too young to fight at the time, so she got stronger and did eventually fight back against Ganondorf and did fix everything. So I will give her a pass on that. So I'll put her in the nice. She's in the nice column. And then there's DJ Octavia. We've got two Splatoon 3, well, 4 of them, but I've grouped all 3 of them together in a deep cut. But DJ Octavia, in the first 2 Splatoon games, was a bad guy. Absolute worst guy. Tried to steal the Zapfish and use its power. But he was trying to help the Octarians and the people living in Octo Valley. But that's the thing, but then it would have hurt the Inkling Society and everyone who lived in Inkopolis. So it's kind of a weird double-edged sword. It's like, I don't care about you, I care about my people. So you're also, I mean, he's evil in the eyes of the Inklings and the people of Inkopolis, but good in the eyes of people of Octo Valley in the first 2 games. But the third game he starts off as like the level 1 boss, and then later on in the game, he does help you. He does save your life. So that's kind of a redemption there. I think I put him on the same lines of Shadow the Hedgehog in the do better, the do better category. Kieran! Oh man, this one I do like. Okay, so we talked about Pokemon, we talked about Pekarunt, but one of the things in Kitakami that when we start the DLC, you're introduced to Kieran in the first part of it. Kieran's basically a Pokemon trainer from Blueberry Academy. He's not very good, but he's still not bad. So he's kind of like mid. Kieran he wants to be more like the protagonist, your character, the protagonist in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. He wants to be stronger like you. He also wants to meet a certain Pokemon named Ogerpon. Ogerpon is kind of a recluse Pokemon that lives up in the mountains, is known as the Ogre. A lot of people fear him, but Kieran's like, no, he's not scary, he's good. I know he's good. Eventually you do meet Ogerpon, and Ogerpon doesn't like Kieran, but does like you. And eventually Ogerpon, like, you get to capture Ogerpon, and that just kind of sets Kieran off. Kieran's just completely set off by this. It's like, it's not fair. You're stronger. You don't need him. I care about him. He doesn't love you like I do. Something like that. Anyway. So by the end, so on the way, like between chapter 1 and chapter 2 of that DLC, he like goes through like some rigorous training with his Pokemon and tries very, very, very hard to get stronger. And when you get to the Blueberry Academy part of the DLC, he's like an incredible dick to everyone. Like, it's just like there are people like, oh, I can't, my Pokemon aren't that strong. He's like, okay, get the hell out. He's just like, he's not having it. He's not, like, he wants the best, but he's become all powerful from his training. Actually, he actually evolves one of his Pokemon into a new form that wasn't seen before because of the training, which is kind of cool in the Hydrapple. Yeah, he basically does create Hydrapple from his training, so that's kind of awesome. He did a whole Ascension thing. And he basically you do eventually beat him, and it's like, kind of like he's no longer champion. He kind of like, oh, whatever. He's like, he's really depressed after that and despondent. You get to the next part of the game where they basically decide to go back into Area 0, where they find the Underdepths. And it's like, and Kieran's like surprised to hear that there might be a strong Pokemon down there. So he's ready this time. He has a Master Ball. He goes in. He captures this Pokemon called Terapagos in the Master Ball, and he's like, "This is it. Now this is my chance to become stronger. I can be like Tim. He's awesome." But okay, we're going like a lot of detail here because there's a lot to weigh. Basically, Terapagos breaks out of the Master Ball, which is the most metal thing in Pokemon. Not even Mewtwo could do that, to give you an idea. And basically, I capture Terapagos in the Pokeball. Just a regular Pokeball. And that's just like, okay, that's like the third time now. And Kieran's just like venting all of this crap. Like, Tim's always, like, your protagonist character is like just constantly better than him. He's always capturing legendary Pokemon. He needs this, I need this. And it's just getting worse and worse. And like, he was champion, but then he lost to your character. Legendary Pokemon prefer your character over him. And then by the epilogue of the game, which is where we go back to Kitakami to face Pekarunt and deal with Pekarunt's bullcrap, he kind of becomes he becomes an ally character again, trying to help us out. He's kind of accepted the fact that he needs to get better. Yeah, it definitely helps us, and I guess we do kind of make up, though. It's like, yeah, he's not as bad later on, so I think we're gonna have to put him in sorta nice. Like, yeah, he is sorta nice. He just has that what's the word? Inferiority complex. That's it. You just gotta get over that. He's gotta deal with the inferiority complex one day at a time, and he'll get better. We'll see him in Pokemon Masters eventually. Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. We did finish playing Majora's Mask this year. We talked about Tingle being sorta nice. Skull Kid, on the other hand, wow. Basically, his whole story is he lived in this world called Termina. There are these 4 giants that are like gods, and they basically have a job to do. They have to protect the land, but Skull Kid felt like they abandoned him. No, Skull Kid played pranks on everyone, so the giants abandoned him. And then the Skull Kid's just upset. He feels like he was betrayed because he was abandoned, so he just became kind of a troll to everyone. He did like adopt 2 fairies to be his new family, and they had fun with him. They were his new friends for a while. He eventually steals the MacGuffin of the game Majora's Mask, which is an evil mask that makes you do terrible things. Basically, it's like a demon. Just demon mask, we'll leave it at that. And he becomes the antagonist of Majora's Mask, stealing Link's horse, stealing his ocarina, and transforming him into a Deku scrub. It's weird that he never uses these powers ever again in the game, just only at the beginning. He also, yeah, but basically I'm judging Skull Kid, not the mask. The mask is its own entity. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but again, the game is older than probably you, so. I'm putting, let's see. I'm putting him in naughty list. I mean, he can do better, but yeah, you gotta do more. You're gonna have to be nicer. Penny from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This one, we did a lot of Pokemon stuff, but Penny was actually is actually a side character who kind of helps you out in the Star Road arc of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, helping you defeat Team Star. And every time you defeat Team Star, she like brings you stuff on behalf of Cassiopeia. She'll like give you your reward. That Cassiopeia is this omnipotent character who's like who hacked into your phone, is contacting you through your phone. It's like letting you like, no, I need your help. I need you to defeat the bosses of Team Star. Team Star is this whole, I don't want to say evil group. There's this group of students that kind of rebelled against the school for their own reasons. And then eventually you find out, again, spoilers, that Penny is Cassiopeia. It's kind of obvious, so I don't feel bad about spoiling that. And you have to fight Cassiopeia. So this one's weird because she was doing it. The whole reason for Team Star, she created Team Star, and the reason she gathered all those Team Star bosses together was to fight back against the actual bullies of the school. So they became that which they feared, or something, or some nonsense. But it worked, and it worked too well to the point where the school recognized Team Star as the bullies. So at that point, Penny just kind of stopped talking to the group, just like left them alone, just didn't contact them anymore. Which is incredibly messed up because now they're just kind of, they're not bad, they're just like, they have this reputation, and Penny, who created it, is just nowhere to be found. She's just completely detached from it. And she does care about them. She does generally care about Team Star and her friends, and she's a bit of a recluse, a bit of an introvert. I can relate, but that's no excuse for abandoning your friends. So you get the sort of nice. Yeah, I'm sticking you with Kieran. You and your two-colored hair, you have something to talk about. Bowser, we'll just do Bowser in general from the Mario franchise. This one's a tough one. I'm just gonna rattle off all the good things he's done, and then if the bad stuff starts to outweigh it, he's okay. Good. He's a father. Okay, so big points there. He's a family man. He does help you in Super Mario RPG, so that's 2. He is... let's see... Good stuff. There are some instances in other Mario games. I think Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. He helps. Does he help you? I didn't finish that game. He's a playable character, but he's okay. So I think that's all the good stuff I can rattle off. I'm sure there's more stuff. But here's the thing. That's like 3 things right there. There's like 3 things I can think of that would be like evidence of him being nice. Evidence of him being terrible. Kidnapping Princess Peach. All the time. Just constantly kidnapping the princess. What's worse is that he raised his son to also do that. Okay, so that kind of negates that washes the whole father thing. It's like, okay, he's got a son, great. He's raising his son to be terrible. That's not great. He's a good guy in Mario RPG, great. He's a bad guy in every other Mario game. That's not good. He takes care of his army and he provides for them. That's great, but he uses that army to dominate the world. That's not great. I think the biggest problem with the biggest problem I have with Bowser was Super Mario Odyssey. In that one, he's actually, the whole story of that game is he's trying to force Princess Peach into a marriage. I mean, that like it's very blatant. Like, he even kidnaps her, takes her to the moon so that Mario can't get to him, so can't stop the wedding, which is really upsetting, just the idea of being forced into marriage. So yeah, we gotta put you on the naughty list there, big guy. Sorry about that. Next one, Yuma Coco Head. We did play, what was it? Master Detective Archives Raincode, I think it was. Yeah, Master Detective Archives Raincode. And he's the main protagonist of that game. I don't want to spoil too much, That's the thing. That's the thing. I gotta get around this. Like, I gotta explain everything without spoiling the game, because he is this character who wants to become a master detective. And so he heads to this town, so this city, where basically it's always raining, and there's so much, and it's just kind of shrouded in mystery. He's got to unravel it as a detective. He gets a companion. I should have probably put the companion on this list, the demon companion. But basically, he made a deal with this demon companion. It sealed up his memories, so he doesn't remember anything. But the problem is he caused... later on, he realizes that he kind of unintentionally caused... Well, actually, I don't think he caused a lot of the problems. He did fix everything. But he kind of went about it a very weird way. He enlisted the help of a demon. And sealing away his memories, too. But I don't think he, per se, did anything wrong. It's other people who did things wrong, and he just kind of fixed them, so... That's nice in my book. Sebastian Salo in friggin' Hogwarts Legacy. We played Hogwarts Legacy a couple years ago, I think. And this guy... This guy is kind of the epitome. The main reason why there are, like, forbidden spells in the Hogwarts universe, the Harry Potter universe, that you do not use, that they are strictly forbidden. And he's like, well, I'm going to learn, and I'm going to try to... He's trying to help his sister. He's trying to heal his sister, who was cursed. And he's like, he can find a way, but he has to look into, like, ancient spells and magic. And so a lot of that ancient spells and magic are, like... They're not... You should not do them. Like, they're banned for a reason, and he's like, I don't care, I'm gonna try and find it. I'm gonna try and find a cure for my sister. And then he has this uncle character who's an absolute douche. There's no other way to be nice about it. If I was putting him on the list, he would get nothing. Sebastian Salo, basically, he tries to help his sister, and his sister just does not want it. Would rather, I think she's like blind, she's like in pain. No, she's not blind. She's in pain. But she's, like, in a lot of pain every day. She's not doing well. And she just does not... And she does not want his help. She does not want that... She doesn't want that evil on her. So... Yeah, he is not nice. Not even sort of nice. And eventually, he does... Yeah, he does kill someone. Yeah, that's... So, yeah, I guess... Nothing. Like, I can't even put you in the same field as Bowser, and yeah, these two. You get nothing. Then Beelzebub from Sandland. We did play Sandland on the channel. This was kind of a very interesting game. Beelzebub is a demon, yes, that's as the name would imply. He tries to... I think he originally starts out the game by trying... I only played, like, the first part of Sandland, so I'm sure there's more stuff. But... He does help his, he's trying to help his demon friends find water. This whole Sandland scenario is like this desert apocalypse where water is so scarce. He meets people who do say we know there's water out there, we just need help getting to it. Beelzebub's like, okay, but I'm taking some. He's like, that's fine. They go out, they fight this king's army of people who are trying to protect the water supply. And he eventually does, like, fight back to the point where he defeats one of the, like, really big bad characters, one of the generals. So, I'm not trying to spoil too much. But he is, he is a demon, though. But he is, I don't know, nice or sort of nice. You know what? No, nice. I put him on the same level as Yumakoko Head. I'm sure, I haven't played through the entire game, but I can't see this guy he's kind of a kid, so he's got to have a sense of innocence. He does have kind of a good moral compass. He's actually better. He's better than most of the humans in this game, so that should give you an indicator of if... Yeah, I'd say I'm grading him on a curve. He's in the nice category. Byakuya Togami from Danganronpa 1. This one's an interesting one. He is the Seto Kaiba. Crap, what are the Vegeta, the edgelord character, the entitled edgelord character, where he's like, I don't need friends, I'm better than you, I don't need you, and he does need people. He actually, yeah, the first half of the game, he's completely against helping anyone. He's thrust into a killing game. I'm sorry, I should have set up more. A game where he has to kill to survive again with 15 other people, and he's not really. He's willing to compete. He's willing to actually kill, but he never actually does kill anyone. So that makes him better than Sebastian Sallow. So I think by chapter 4, at the end of chapter 4, he has kind of a revelation where he can't keep treating people like the way he's been treating them. I remember early on, if you actually talk to him and make friends with him, he'll tell you more about his early life where he constantly had to compete with his siblings to get to where he is right now. So the idea of like being friends and like working with people is completely native to him, is just Greek. So he's just completely against the idea. He's only believing in himself and working with himself in the beginning. But he has the revelation where there are going to be times where you have to work with people to survive. And obviously the killing game scenario was it. So he does get better. I'd say sort of nice. He does do better. I mean, I can put him in do better, but he does better later on in future Danganronpa entries. So I'd say I put him in the do better category. They're the sort of nice category. He'll get a gift this year. This was Gladys from Portal. Yeah, sorry you can't really see that one. Gladys from Portal. Totally against. She tries to kill you in the beginning of the game. In the first game. I think in the second game, she actually becomes an unwilling ally. But yeah, it's kind of Bowser territory. By the end of the game, she's just done with you. She doesn't even want to be friends. I mean, she's a machine. And then we have Sage from Sonic Frontiers, who I'm not sure if they're not. I mean, she's actually very logical. She's a computer program designed by Robotnik, who got infected with the space crud in that game. I'm not sure what it's called again. Basically, she helps Robotnik, or Eggman, sorry. She helps Eggman try to figure out plans, try to figure out how to, I think Eggman's just caught inside the, Eggman's basically captured, he's trying to figure out how to escape. Sage is trying to help him. Very interesting thing that happens to Eggman in this game. He starts to treat Sage like a daughter, almost. And Sage actually becomes... she's starts to believe in Sonic and his friends, so she actually becomes very helpful in getting Eggman and Sonic to work together. But throughout most of the game, she's telling you everything you're doing is worthless, you're worthless, you're not going to accomplish anything. So I'm just I'm trying to on the fence between sort of nice and do better. You know what? I'm going to put in sort of nice. Samus Aran. Okay, so you think a lot of these characters on here, they're really good characters. These are generally nice people, like Yoshi and Kirby and Princess Peach, but then Samus Aran, who is a bounty hunter, trying to and basically every game it's kind of the same formula. Goes to a planet, it's infected with something, she tries to stop it, can't do it, and then eventually has to blow up the planet to get rid of the infect. But then it keeps coming back in future titles. So basically every game she blows up, she destroys the planet. I mean, you call it what it is. She's getting rid of the disease, but she's killing off an entire planet. The disease, I guess, basically, I think at that point, but I think when she does do that, she's stop. I don't know. This one's tough. Because she's not naughty. She's not bad. She's not bad by any means. She does try to do her best. She does save. I mean, she's basically saving other planets, but But then even like the bad guys she defeats, they keep coming back. Like Kraid and Ridley. Like, you know, just... I don't know, it just it feels like she's doing a lot, but not enough. There are instances where she's like too destructive, but not quite destructive enough. It's really weird. She'll destroy an entire planet, but the things on the planet somehow keep living. So I don't know. But I think her heart's in the right place, so we'll put her in nice. King Dedede. Probably gonna put him on the same lines as Bowser. He's not exactly evil, he's just kind of selfish. And it kind of does rub people the wrong way. He does team with Kirby quite often. I think that's about the worst of it, really. Wario's interesting. He's not bad, again, selfish. Actually, I'm gonna put them in do better. Yeah, I mean, Wario's never kidnapped a princess. Actually, no, he's never kidnapped a princess. No, he steals money. The goose from Entitled Goose Game. He's a goose. He's just a goose. He's messing with people. He never actually hurts anyone. He trips a boy, I think, and honks at it and scares him. I think that's the worst of it. He steals a bell. He's just a goose. He's just a silly goose. That's we'll put him in do better. There's room for improvement. No, what? No, naughty. Yeah, that's right. Monica, nothing. Okay, so Doki Doki Literature Club. If you've never played the game, don't. No, I'm kidding. It's a crazy, crazy game. Basically, Monica, I'm trying not to spoil too much, becomes aware that she's a video game character. That's kind of a huge spoiler. And she basically spites everything to try to be with you, the protagonist, or really the player of that game. Yeah, so I'm just... I don't know, again, I think I might spoil too much there, but... Yeah, I'm putting her, honestly, kind of on the same lines as these other two. She does have a bit of a revelation later on, where she tries to do the right thing, but then just doesn't. It's not. Fox McCloud from Star Fox. He's a same lines with Samus, bounty hunter. No, mercenary. That's a different thing. Is he a mercenary or bounty? I don't know. He's a mercenary. Mercenary for the Corneria army or something. And basically fights Andross. Andross is trying to destroy the world, so yeah, that's nice. He does defeat a lot of robots and people piloting, yeah, obviously enemy pilots. But at this point, self-defense. He's trying to defend other planets, so he gets a pass. Deep Cut from Splatoon 3. They are originally they're kind of like the Team Rocket of the group, I guess. Team Rocket of Splatoon 3. They're just like, they're bad guys. They're not really bad guys. They're just desert pirates. And they see you there. They think you're trying to like hone in on their treasure. They eventually do help you defeat the bad guy, kind of like Octavio did. But I think I'm going to give them into the sort of nice category because they are awesome together. They do host the Splatfest in Splatoon 3, so... Like, you know what? They're not great, but they are fun at parties, so... sort of nice. And then Master Chief from the Halo franchise. Same as Star Fox and Samus and all them. Yeah, I think I gotta give them a bit of a pass there. So I gotta put them... For the same reasons, I gotta put Master Chief in the nice category. So that's the tier list right there. I think we did pretty good. Tom Nook, Yoshi, Kirby, princesses, Yuma, the demon, the two robot people, and Fox. They're all nice. They all get stuff. They're all getting their gifts. See if there's any... I gotta check it twice. Then there are like the sort of nice category. They're not... They work with you, but they're not very helpful. I think it's funny that Byakuya and Sage have the same haircut. Wow, and Penny too. Good God. Okay, well they all go to the same barber, I guess. I don't know. So let's see. Shadow and freaking Wario. Yeah, the edgelord characters. Yeah, they can do better. Byakuya actually. Well, Byakuya. I'm trying to think like what sets him apart from Shadow. Not much. Shadow's killed people. Byakuya has never killed anyone, so there's the sword and ice. Nani's freaking Bowser and his son and Gladys and the goose and freaking the mask, the skull kid. They're just bad. They can do better, but they're just bad right now. And then the You Get Nothing people obviously deserve it. So, there it is. There's our naughty or nice tier list. If there's any characters, video game characters that you think are naughty or nice, definitely let me know in the comments section. Let's keep this conversation going. Which characters do you think deserve gifts? Which ones do you think deserves coal? Let me know in the comments section. But that's going to wrap things up for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to TimPlaysAGame, and stay tuned for more fun videos we're doing throughout the holiday season. Until next time, this is Tim from TimPlaysAGame signing off. And have a good night, guys.